Okay, we're looking at Jeremiah 7, verse 18. Now, when I do the other video, when I can get to it, which is hopefully going to be soon, about this Revelation 12 business, the Queen of Heaven, 12 stars, all that stuff, we're gonna talk about this, how you are seeing that Jeremiah is talking against these children that are building a fire, kneading cakes to the Queen of Heaven. And then he's using anger also in reference to this God that's speaking out against them. Now, what's interesting is that Jeremiah is actually talking about the Father, the true Father. But he is using at the time what he understands that's directly involved in his immediate religious environment. And that's that God is angry and wrathful and is going to bring an angry and wrathful judgment sometime in the future on those that have worshipped idols and other gods. Jeremiah is speaking against those that have fallen to idols. Just above here, you see Ephraim. And we're going to see that the whole seed of Ephraim has been cast out. Now, this is not exclusively God speaking. In essence, the narrative is that this is Jeremiah's interpretation of what the Lord is telling him. So we'll talk more about how the prophets themselves are still in a religious environment of interpretation, just as you and I are born into a religious environment of interpretation. But the Spirit of truth still delivers unto them all that they can receive of the good news. And as you would witness and read through the Old Testament, you see that Yahweh evolves within the minds of the prophets. And we see that he goes from a God of chiefly just Israel, and then eventually he evolves into the God of the entirety of all mankind. So Yahweh is double. Yahweh is both good and evil, and I've told you all many of times that these titles are all interchanged. So we will explain how Jeremiah is seeing the demise of false Israel, as he's clearly stating here about Ephraim being the whole seed of Ephraim is being cast out. But he's also knowing, as all the other prophets know, about the prophecy of the end times of this future fire that's supposed to come. What Jeremiah is unaware of at this time is that the fire that is to come into the future to burn the world is not coming from the Father. That he is using a prophecy that is directly related to Yahweh in the fullness and respect of how false Israel views him. And the fire that's going to come, as we see, is going to be a perfect match for what we see in Revelation here. And the carcasses of the people shall be meat for the fowls of heaven. Now that's what we get in Revelation, where there's the supper of that great God, and all those fowls are called to feed on the carcass. Well, the carcasses are going to be the event right after the second cup. And the fowls that are called are actually related to this image that we have of Ishtar looking like a fowl. And all of those that follow after her are represented by these birds. And we know that by Isaiah chapter 34. And if you look at Ishtar right now, what do you see under her? She has 2 young lions. Now, when I turn back to Ezekiel chapter 19, you're going to be blown away. I'll be back.